Yesterday we just got our blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I talked about it a little bit, and I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like it was weird because as soon as our professor started talking, started promoting everybody, I was like waiting in line. I'm like, should I even be thinking about myself getting promoted, or if that's like a wrong way to think about things? And I think it is, man. I think it's not really up to the person who's training. It's really up to the person or a professor promoting you, and it's up to them. So that's what we got it. And so today's going to be our first training session as a blue belt. Now, I have no idea if it's going to be way crazier now that I'm a blue belt. Who knows? But I'll let you guys know. That's why we have the YouTube channel, bro. That's why we talk about these things. Because if you're interested in, jiu-jitsu or starting jiu-jitsu, you'll probably go through the same issues, problems, obstacles, or things that, go well. Probably have similar experiences. So that's why I would like to share them with you guys and, get you guys' feedback on that. So got our blue belt, gonna train later today, but right now we're working. Just got a $30 order. I'm like, man, I'll take that. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Currently listening to the Wizard Art series Training Camp by Wesley King, created by Kobe Bryant. And I realized that it is a hard listen to do while driving. I'm not gonna lie. They start talking about castles and spells and wizards, and it's like they really paint a picture with the motion and the music. And I'm like, man, I need to sit down and picture this. So kind of gonna re-listen to a couple chapters just to make sure I have a good understanding. And I catch myself doing that a lot, especially if I'm personally reading the book. I'll read a paragraph, and I'll get stuck on a word, or I'll try to figure out how to pronounce the word correctly, and I'm focused on just pronunciation instead of completely understanding the concept and the message behind the words. And then I end up reading a few pages, and I'm like, bro, what? I don't even know what I just read. I have no clue what I just read, so I have to redo it. And same thing happens when I'm listening to books too, especially when I'm driving, someone cuts me off, or if I'm okay, I gotta pump some gas. I get lost in a train of thought, and then I'm not listening to what I'm trying to listen to. So it goes back to multitasking and stuff. But I really enjoy listening to podcasts because it feels like podcasts are a little different. You don't need to listen to every single word or every single character introduced. They could be talking about a story, and they could just be talking about some random things that you don't know anything about, and you could kind of just listen to it as background noise. But trying to find the right mix with things. But I'll let you guys know how it goes. Really want to finish that book. It's been in my shelf for a long time. I remember I got it, and I was like, man, this is going to be a cool book to listen to. And then I started listening on Audible, and I had the same issue. And then I'm like, oh, I should get this book, get that book, get this book. And nothing really gets done. So I really have to tell myself to be okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we're listening to. This is what we're reading. And straight up, make it a habit, or else, I'll end up getting 5 more books, doing the same thing with the 5 books, make it a revolving door with the same thing. So starting something, finishing it is a good thing to do. So right now, let's drop off this order, and I'll talk to you guys. We'll probably do this for a few hours, but I'll talk to you guys once we start getting ready for training. We're on our way to jiu-jitsu, and I listened to the book earlier today. We're on chapter 17. I think last time I talked about it, we're on chapter 3. And man, it's really good. I'm starting to really appreciate the writing style and the writing process. In this book, there's five books in one, and it's from each player's perspective on the team. So it's one character they talk about the introduction, and the same things happen, but it's different in everybody's mind. And it's whoa, that's interesting. I never read a book or seen anything like that, where it's they all experience the same things, but they all had different lessons within the same thing, if that makes sense. And I think that's really dope, man. And that reminded me of a event that happened a couple years ago when I was practicing with the college basketball team over here. And I signed up for this class, needed one more credit, and it was just a basketball team, dude. And then I was surprised by how like there was no one else besides the basketball team, and I'm like signing up for this class. But I'm like, all right, I played basketball in high school. I love playing basketball. It should be a good test for me, And it definitely was. Like trying to get used to conditioning, coming back from practice. My feet are all beat up. They all have blisters everywhere. Feet hurt. I had to take a nap after practice because I'm so tired. And it was definitely a lot for me. But bro, it did a lot for me. It did, honestly. And the instance that I'm recalling here is we used to just do line drills like all day, like suicides, back and forth, and they're timed. So if you didn't make it on time, you had to do them again. And it was like one of those days where they just ran us to the ground. And then they ran us to the ground, and then we're doing some drills where it's like, okay, if somebody comes out here and makes 2 free throws, we don't have to run. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, who's gonna shoot that? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna take one for the team? And something popped in my mind. It's like, all right, is it? I'm doing it. Even though it's like, it's not like a big deal, but at the time I'm like, that's what we're doing. I'm like, I'll do it. I just walk out, and the coach was like, all right, bro. And I'm like, just imagine, like, you're not the guy on the team. Like, why is this guy gonna dictate if we run or not? This fool doesn't even play. Like, yeah. And got up there, grabbed the ball. I just do one dribble, take a breath, shoot, and then I've done it 1,000 times, And I was just thinking, like, I've just done it 1,000 times, bro. And knocked him down. And then got back on the line. It's like, all right, we're good. And I'm like, wow, like I didn't think I would be able to do that. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me just because I was always the one who was quiet, bro. Like, definitely not the one to be like, if there's any risk involved, your boy is going to play it safe, bro. And, I felt like if I didn't do that, I would have regretted it. And I did it, didn't run, and it was a W. And that was like one of the biggest things. I'm like, yeah, man, like, put yourself out there, like, take a risk. And that's helped me with multiple things. You're just doing it when I have that feeling, I have that feeling where it's all right, I got this is the best that I got. I'm gonna do my best. Sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't, but if you don't do it, you will never know. You never know. So with this book, it's like, man, like, I forget how, basketball or just team sports in general, you really have to gel together with your teammates. You really have to know each person's story, how they behave, their patterns. Like, you want to be able to gel so you could do the best as a team. Well, jiu-jitsu is a little different just because it's like one-on-one, but at the same time, it's like you go to school and these are your teammates. Like, if you guys go to a tournament, these are the guys you go out with. Like, these are the ones, whoa, that sounded weird. These are the guys that you go compete with. You know what I mean? And it's like, you have to really lock in and focus up, because if you don't, you could probably think, oh, this is all about me. This is like, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that, but not realizing and thinking about other people. And once you start opening up your mind, at least for me, when I start opening my mind to that, I feel like I'm a lot more thoughtful with my actions. I'm not just thinking about how it's going to affect me. It's kind of affecting the team, So that's even with the fiction book, man. Like, I don't know why I give fiction books some hate. I don't know why, but I'm definitely going to start opening my mind to more imagination, kind of like that SpongeBob episode. Where it's like they're playing in the box and you just hear the pirates and the freaking rocket ship and everything, and they open the box and it's just Patrick and SpongeBob. And it's like, what? And I think that episode's a good way to use imagination, because you can't see it. It's all in your mind. But it's just as real because you can actually take action from there. It's like you got a little gym in your in your head where you could practice. You have like a weight room, and you have, what I mean? It's kind of interesting thinking about that, where it's like you could do a lot. You could do a lot, and I'm just starting to notice like those things where it's like pushing yourself, testing yourself, like just seeing the outcomes that could happen if you put yourself out there. And we're getting close to the gym. About to get in there. First training session as a blue belt. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But just gonna treat it like every other day, bro. Get in there, Pohara time, and that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed that little story time, and put yourself out there, bro, for sure. Let's go. Os.
Always give your opponent a chance to tap, alright?
All right, we out. First training sesh as a blue belt is what to be expected, bro. Freaking high intensity, freaking cardio, man. Cardio is so important. You know, you don't hear about it much from kind of like the top competitors about doing cardio, but it's definitely should be added to the regimen for sure. At least some type of cardio. It doesn't matter what zone or heart rate, but you know, some people have the approach of like, I think Sean O'Malley, he has like the approach of like, you do cardio, doing the thing that that you're doing. So if like he fights, he just does a bunch of rounds for cardio, which makes sense. But you see all these boxers, they're the ones that really have insane cardio. You know, you look at someone like Manny Pacquiao, who's got freaking, he's got it for days, bro, deep in the rounds, bro's freaking. But they run a lot. So maybe your boy's gonna start running. Who knows, man? You know, you guys experience out there who train a lot or even do MMA. Do you guys run a ton, or do you guys swim or bike? Because I've noticed the higher the heart rate, the more uncomfortable it feels, right? Like even like mid practice, I don't know, I just felt kind of sluggish, and you could kind of feel the frustration there, because it's just like you want more energy and you ain't got it there, so you kind of got to push for everything that you want, which makes sense, you know. It's nothing, it's not rocket science, but the more tired you are, the more frustrating it's gonna feel. I've noticed that somewhere in between episodes, we completely stopped taking creatine. It was like part of the thing, you know. First 75, we're taking creatine every day, and that just slipped out of our brains here, man. So we got to get back on just you know, electrolytes, creatine, stuff like that. Can you guys do me a favor and comment your favorite episode on the channel so far? Just want to check it out, see what you guys think. Wrapping it up for tonight. I had some hard training, and your boy's ready to go hit the hay. And yeah, we're gonna be training tomorrow at noon, so just gotta rest up. Everything feels super tight. I gotta get like a massage gun and, you know, use it all over. So especially my calves feel super tight. Gotta make sure I'm not cramping up, because sometimes, I think earlier today when I was rolling, I felt it on my foot, my calves. Like, bro, I need some water. So definitely need to stay hydrated. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace. We out.